So, welcome. This is my first video in a very long time. This is my e36 compact project car that I'm currently working on. It's an M57N D30 from a 530D E60. Basically, I brought a parts car, and my plan was and still is to take this engine, gearbox, wiring loom, everything out of the 5 Series. Put it into. I originally put it into an MX-5. I'm like 2.5 MX-5. That ended up being, the shell was completely rotten, and I didn't want to fix it. So I brought a 36 compact shell off a mate of mine. I have currently at the point where I'm at now, the engine and gearbox is in. It's sat on the engine mounts. I still need to either buy or make gearbox mounts. The wiring loom is in, placed where it needs to be. I need to tidy it up behind the dash and plug in the clusters, the clocks. So far, all I've done is I've fitted some 50mm extended arms, some modded hubs. It's got some, I believe they are just cheap eBay coilovers on the front, with 330D disc calipers and braided brake lines on the front. Yeah, I just need to, basically I'm just going to bring it along. What I'm going to start with today is the engine's leaking oil from the dipstick tube, because I had to put a new sump on it, because when it was on the engine crane it decided that it didn't want to be on there anymore and fall on the floor and crack the sump. So I've replaced the sump, but it's currently leaking oil from the little O-ring from the dipsticks. So to sort this dipstick issue, I need to take the dipstick out, which is just the 10mm that's just there. See that? 10mm that's just there. Pull the dipstick tube out, replace the O-ring, put it back in. We'll put it down there and into the hole. Shit. Bollocks. So, if you missed that, I snapped a bolt. The bolt that holds the dipstick onto the intake manifold, I snapped. Let's sit down there. snapped. This is a prime example of what could be a 10-minute job now turns into a 3-hour job, because I've got to take the intake manifold off to see if I can get that bolt out. It really doesn't help that it's the coldest day in a very long time, and I'm just coming out of a cold. So, about 2 and a bit hours later, I have done the dipstick oil O-ring. After having the problem with the snap bolt, I ended up trying to drill it out. I took the intake manifold off, tried to drill it out, didn't work, snapped the bracket that holds it there, so I just bent it round to this one and made an extension there, and that is not going anywhere. There, that is the steering rack, steering column, and that's currently my oil return. It's currently touching on there, and when you turn the wheels it scrapes on there, and eventually it's just going to go through that pipe. So I think what I need to do is get a longer bit of hose, bring it over here, make a bracket that comes off one of these bolts, and then cable tie it to the bracket, or yeah, I'm sure I'll figure something out. Right, next on my list of things to do is the oil return to the engine from the turbo. See what we can come up with. Touching my steering column, I'm going to call it. So I have sorted the oil return from the turbo. It now clears the steering column. I've sorted the oil leak on the dipstick. And that took a lot longer than I thought it would. So I'm going to call it quits for today.